Hello dear learners, this video is on chapter 4, the story of Amrita from looking around textbook in EVS for class 4. This is video 1. Here we will know the life and story of Amrita, observe and identify the location of Kejadli village, Jodhpur and Rajasthan on the map of India, life of Bisnois and the work of Bisnois to protect the nature, and also about the Chipko movement. So let us read and enjoy the inspiring story of Amrita. She is really a very poor lady. The story is very old, about 300 years ago. So let us start. Long years ago, almost 300 years ago, in a village called Kejadli lived Amrita. So where did Amrita live? She lived in Kejadli village, lived a little girl called Amrita. Now where is Kejadli village? Kejadli village is near Jodhpur in the state of Rajasthan. The village got its name because of the Kejadi trees that grew there. You can also see in the picture there is a Kejadi tree and the houses of Kejadli village. So let us see the map. Now here is the map on your screen. Here the first one is a map of India and the colored state is Rajasthan. So here we can see the bigger picture of Rajasthan with all its districts. So the yellow portion is Jodhpur. Okay, so India map showing Rajasthan, the map of Rajasthan showing Jodhpur, and this is Jodhpur. Now where in Jodhpur? The name of the village is Kejadli. Now this is the state of Rajasthan. We have Jodhpur in green and the Kejadli village. I hope the map is clear. Let us read little more and go into the story of the Kejadli village and Amrita. Now how were the people here? The people of the village took great care of plants, trees and animals also. What kind of animals lived there? Goats, deer, hares and peacocks roamed fearlessly there. The people of the village remembered what their elders used to tell them. So not only 300 years ago, even before that also, the people of this village, they took care of plants, trees and animals. And what did the people say here? Yes, they said, "Agar ped hai to hum hai." This is what they said. What did it mean? Plants and animals can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. That is very true. We need plants and animals more, isn't it? So this is what the people of Kejadli village believed in. This is how the people of Kejadli village take care of the animals and the birds also. Let us continue with the story of Amrita. Amrita would get up early every morning and greet her friends. And who were her friends? The trees. What is the meaning of greeting? Saying hello, good morning. And she used to wish her friends. And who were her friends? Yes, her friends were the trees. Okay, she would choose a special tree, put her arms around the tree trunk and whisper. Whisper means to talk in a soft voice. What she used to say? She used to say, "Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. Thank you, tree. I love you very much. Give your strength to me also." So that is how it shows how much Amrita loved the trees. So what did the other children do? Like Amrita, the other children also had their special trees. They would play for hours in the shade of the tree, just like you all. You love playing under the school trees, isn't it? Similarly, here also the same thing happened. Let us continue with the story. Time went by. Okay? Slowly days and months and years went by. Now Amrita was grown up. She was a young woman now. One day when she went to the trees, even then after growing up also, she used to go to the trees, to her special friends, and whisper. What did she see? She saw some strangers in her village, and they had axes with them. You can see in the picture here, they are having axes, and there are some strangers in the village. Who are the strangers? Yes, unknown people. People whom you do not know. That means they do not belong to the village. They said, what did the strangers say? They said the king had sent them to cut trees for wood. Okay, who sent them? The king sent them. Why? To cut the trees for wood. Why did they need the wood? To build the king's palace. Oh God, this is what they came here for. Amrita was shocked, surprised. She went to the tree that the men were about to cut. What did she do? She ran to the tree and then she put her arms around the tree, hugged it tightly. You can see in the picture, isn't it? What did the men do? The men shouted and threatened her. But Amrita did not let go of the tree. She did not leave the tree. She caught hold of the tree very, very tightly. And she did not want the men to cut the tree. The king's men had to follow the order. They had to cut the tree. On seeing this, Amrita's daughters and hundreds of villagers, old and young, hugged the trees to protect them. So you can see in the picture, all the villagers, even Amrita's daughters also, they came and they put their arms around the tree to protect the tree. Many people, including Amrita and her daughters, died to save the trees. But what about the strangers? They did not stop. They did not stop because they had to obey the king's orders. They hurt Amrita. They hurt the villagers to cut the trees. And many died also. Even Amrita and her daughters died to save the trees. The news went to the king. The king heard what the people did. When the king heard of this, he could not believe. विश्वास ही नहीं हुआ that people, they gave up their life. They died for saving the trees. He visited the village. He came to the village to see, is that real? There he learned about the villagers' respect for trees and animals. These are the beautiful pictures which I've collected from the internet. You can see how Amrita is holding the tree, and here Amrita's daughters also. And in the last picture you can see how the king's men killed them. They died. The other villagers trying to protect the trees, and this is called as the Chipko movement. This movement is called as the Chipko movement. These pictures are collected from the internet, children. Now the villagers' strong feelings for trees affected the king greatly. The king felt very bad. He ordered, what did he order? No tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed in the area. So he ordered that no tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed. Even today, almost 300 years later, the people of this area call the Bishnois. Yes, the Bishnois are the people who live in the Kejardli village and around the village and who are still working to protect the plants, the trees, animals and the birds of this area. Even though in the middle of the desert, This area is green and animals roam freely without any fear. So, thank you children. I hope you have understood the life of Amrita and also about the Kejadli village and the snowies. In video 2, we would deal with the Kejadli trees and also the NCERT solutions. Bye. Take care children.